Hello, it's Edward. It's 27 degrees minus in Finland right now, so we are recording this video at home, and it's a very exciting video because we haven't talked about this subject for a while. We're talking about caffeine today and coffee and tea, and specifically why European women prefer to drink tea to coffee. I've noticed this very interesting trend as I'm meeting a lot of people from many different countries, and obviously because I live in Europe, I meet a lot of Europeans, and I've noticed the trend that a lot of women, the vast majority of women, young women, those kind of women that are so adorable that whenever you're in their presence, you cannot feel like giving anything else to the world around you but love. They relax you, you feel good around them, and it's just like a huge win for both parties when a strong man and this adorable young woman meet. So these kind of women who are not work-class women that focus on work so much that they are uninterested in love and in life and in everything that is positive and good and relaxing in this world. So we're not talking about these women. These women are busy working, and it's great. They should do that more. But the other group of sweet, adorable women, and they do really prefer to drink tea over coffee, because European men generally prefer to drink coffee, with the exception of Italy, Sweden, Finland, maybe Netherlands. Women in all the other countries generally prefer to drink tea. So why is that so? It's actually very interesting. The way coffee and tea works, so we're not going to be doing this like comparison charts where I'm going to be boring you with a lot of numbers. So we are not doing that. We are very practical, and the way we're going to approach it is that I'm going to tell you how coffee and tea affects human body. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. Coffee and tea affects everybody's bodies the same way. And to put it simply, coffee gives you a huge kick of energy whenever you drink it. It's basically like when you're walking on the street, a car crashes right next to you, and you get into a shock mode, and you all of a sudden have a lot of energy and focus on you kind of trying to find out where to direct that energy because it was so sudden and unexpected, and you're just not feeling very peaceful. This is what coffee gives to you. Coffee is very good when you want to go to war, when you want to, it doesn't matter if it's like a real war or if it's a war that you are like creating against some things that are preventing you from achieving the state of your life where you would feel peaceful, where you're able to love and be loved, and everything is good around you, and you're healthy, and you're able to be kind, and all of those lovely, great things that every single human in the world works. That's what coffee does to you. How tea works, it's a little bit different, even though tea also has caffeine, but what it does to your body, and actually this is one of the reasons why some people, when they drink tea, they think that it doesn't have any effect on them, but yet they still drink tea. Tea definitely does have effect on you. It still has this drug called caffeine, but the way caffeine in tea works is that it goes slowly. It's more like a long-term, peaceful work onto something when you want to be able to be creative, when everything is good in your life and you just kind of need to continue doing what you're doing to take care of things that are happening in your life, so that everything continues going in the lovely and amazing, spectacular way. And generally that's what women want to have in life. Women want to feel peaceful. Women want to be able to feel and sense things. Women want to be able to feel love and to be able to receive love and be, just enjoying life. As simple as that. And coffee just completely can kick a woman out of that state, a young woman out of that state, and make the day not as enjoyable. Now, that doesn't mean that young women don't drink coffee. Of course, sometimes it can happen so that they also do need to drink coffee, especially if they're still single. But in Europe, women generally prefer to drink tea. Now, let's get also to the other reason why women prefer tea to coffee, which is a little bit different, and specifically the reason is that in order to drink coffee and be able to withstand the effects on it, the shock, the kick out of balance, the fight and flight mode that it puts you in order to be able to withstand it and direct that energy and focus and dedication to a particular fruitful source that will bring you the outcome that you desire without becoming kind of the all over the place mess, without having the hurricane kind of energy that you're just going around, not really making sense. If you record yourself and then you watch later, you're just kind of doing 10 things at the same time. So that's, if that's happening to you, generally that means that you are not mentally strong enough. Don't take it personally. It's completely normal to not be mentally strong enough in the modern world. After all, we are living during the times of the biggest pandemic, the mental pandemic in our world, especially in the developed countries, and we can see that how it affects and reflects on the economy of the countries, on the societal peace, and the financial crises that we are in to this day. And so if a person is not mentally strong, it's always better to drink tea, just because it's going to give you this soft focus that you just kind of, it almost feels like nothing is happening to you. But if you are very acute with your senses, if you're not overly stressed, you're going to be able to feel that energy in the right direction. It's very subtle. It's like, you know, when you have if you imagine a parent with a child, it's like gentle nudge what tea does. A coffee is like a belt that you just slap yourself on the butt, trying to encourage yourself to focus on that. And coffee is really good. Sometimes you need to drink coffee even if you're not mentally strong, and you have to completely focus on directing your energy to the exact source that you told yourself you're going to direct the energy before drinking coffee. It's very important. Coffee can help you really kind of get yourself back onto the right track, because it's so sharp and it's so salmon, especially if you don't drink coffee all the time, because obviously then you become desensitized. But generally, people who are mentally not as strong, it's not a good idea to drink coffee for them. And women in Europe are generally not mentally as strong as women outside of Europe, so they kind of have to, not necessarily have to, but they just drink tea because, again, they want to feel love, they want to be able to receive love and to live in this beautiful world. It's very important. You know, if nobody lives in that kind of state in the society goes down, because, you know, if there's no love and no life, then what's the point of what's the point of living? So now there are also some people who drink a lot of cups of coffee, and for example, I have some people that I know who constantly ask me questions about Mr. Andrew Tate, and I've heard that he drinks a lot of cups of coffee per day. So the reason why he's able to, first of all, you can see in him that he's under a lot of anxiety if you just look some clips. So there's anxiety in there, but it's understandable. You know, when the entire world tries to destroy you, it's kind of anybody would have stress or anxiety, but we're not talking about that. You know, that was his choice. The thing is that he's drinking a lot of cups of coffee, and he's able to be at peak performance and excel and do great for himself in life as far as results are concerned. So and the reason why he's able to do so is because he's mentally strong, and he's able to take all of those things. And for him, coffee doesn't really give him much. I also know some people who are very successful businessmen. For example, off the top of my head, I remember I was talking to one Ukrainian businessman. What he does is that he basically drinks coffee all day long. And just like, he doesn't even eat much, maybe like a date per day, or just some. He's quite old, so he's not like 20 or 40. He's over 50, over 60 perhaps. And that's how he operates throughout the day. So there is like certain things that you can do that's going to make it easier for you to operate while drinking coffee. We're not going to dive too deep into that. The point of this video is that it's always best to not rely on any kind of external stimuli like caffeine, because caffeine, you know, it's a drug, an external stimuli. So ideally you shouldn't be drinking coffee at all, or tea You should be able to naturally function, naturally move forward in life towards your direction that you've set for yourself. But if the place that you live in, if the environment that you live in, whether it's a society or it's if you live not in the society, somewhere else, if it's not very in a very healthy state, you're gonna have to need to drink coffee or tea just to be able to go into the right direction, just because there's going to be a lot of resistance that would be preventing you from doing good things in the world. So in that case, it's completely understandable. But if everything is good, if you live in the safe environment, if there's no threats around, if you are able to love and be loved, if you are able to satisfy your needs according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at least the 3 basic ones, you don't really need to drink coffee at all, because the energy is going to be just coming into you naturally, because even the caffeine in tea disrupts the natural flow of energy. And even though some people, again, are desensitized because of stress, but it still has an effect on them. And when you stop drinking caffeine at all, completely, you're gonna start to understand how the body actually naturally functions without the use of this external drug. And you're not going to be as explosive as if you would be drinking coffee. You're not going to be as as focused as when you're drinking tea, but you're going to be able to focus on the right things, and you're not going to be doing too many things at the same time, because that's what caffeine does to you. It kind of turns you into a superhero. You start to think that you're able to do many things at the same time. Caffeine promotes multitasking as well, which is really bad for your brain, because the part of the brain that is responsible for multitasking is one of the weakest in your brain. So if you keep switching constantly from one thing to another, imagine I was recording a video and then I would just take some notes, and then I would recording and take some notes, and then I take my phone and I do something on it. It's going to go crazy. You're just going to get tired very quickly. And caffeine makes us desensitized to that part of the brain, so we are basically doing the multitasking, and it's not good. So ideally you shouldn't drink caffeine, but you know, there are situations in life that require us to, and so long as you know in which direction you're going, and that your end goal is to stop drinking caffeine completely, everything is going to be fine. That's it for this video. It's been Edward. If you are the kind of person who is currently struggling to get off coffee, whether it's caffeine, whether it's in coffee or tea, or you managed to get out of it, but then you relapsed, and there's just something that is constantly makes you want to drink coffee, and it has detrimental effects on your life, so it doesn't bring anything like good to you, that it would be worth drinking it over a long period of time. You can feel it brings something unpleasant, something that you wouldn't want to have, but you still can't get out of it. Send me a message in Telegram or Instagram. We can totally help you with that. The thing about caffeine, that it's not just about stopping drinking to it. There's much more that you need to understand about the way your mind works, the way your brain works, the way your body operates. What does kind of things does caffeine turn off in your body that prevents you from functioning naturally without it. So there's a lot to cover, but you can totally get out of it. Anybody can do so, and anybody can get back if they want and then get out again. It's you have to be able to choose. So if you choose to get out of the caffeine, you have to be able to get out of it the next day. And if you can't do so, you're probably most likely addicted to caffeine. Sorry to say that. So if that's you, send me a message, Telegram or Instagram. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments how much this video managed to help you, or if it didn't. And I'll see you in the next video. It's been Edward. Ciao, ciao.